Welcome to the Secure Trading Migration Center. This short video will provide basic insight on what changes you will need to implement in order to migrate from our old platform, ST2K, and the XPay Java client to our new and improved STPP platform and our web services. The video also highlights how simple this migration process is. Firstly, when you migrate to our web services, you will no longer be required to use, support, and maintain a Java client. You will be implementing a secure HTTP post to a URL on our side, which will then communicate back to you during the payment flow process. If you would like to continue using a Java client, we still have this option available, and you can contact our support team for more information, but we strongly recommend that you use our web services. To start the migration, you will need to log into your newly upgraded MyST account and create a web services username. Click on the Add New Username link on the left, then type in a username that you would like to use, and from the Role drop-down, select Web Services. You also have the option to choose valid IP networks from which you will be contacting our servers, as well as the ability to decide what our system should do in the case of a login from an invalid IP. At the bottom, you also allocate a site reference that will use this web services username. Once you are done, make a note of your username and password, as you will need these later. To finish, click Save and your web services username will be created. With our web services, you will be utilizing a secure HTTP post, and here is the URL that your system will need to post your constructed XML request to: https://web-services.secure-trading.net:/443/XML/. The header of your post is used for authentication. Here are the fields that need to be included: type, content length, accept encoding, authorization, user agent, host, and connection. The most important field is the authorization field. It consists of a base 64 encoded string containing the username and password which you previously set up in your MyST account for web services. For instance, if your web services username was webservices@example.com and your password was password with 2 5s, then you need to put them together, separated by a colon, and encode them. In the above example, the final base 64 encoded string would be the one displayed on screen. As our web services use basic authentication, you need to add that string to the appropriate authorization field. After you have constructed your header, you can make XML payment requests. I will now quickly go over the few fields and XML structure changes that change when moving from our old to the new platform. Firstly, the encoding has changed from ISO 85591 to UTF-8. Be aware that our XML responses are always encoded in UTF-8, so your system should be prepared for that. Next, the request block version has gone from 3.51 to 3.67. The order tag is now called merchant. The amount is now inside the billing tag along with currency, compared to before when it was in the operation tag. The customer info tag in the old system is now replaced by the customer tag in the new one. Just a slight change of name. As you can see here, on the new platform, you can submit 2 addresses, one for billing and one for shipping, whereas on the old platform you could only submit one. This is why our billing tag can now contain an address as well, representing the billing address of the customer. The delivery address can be put in the customer tag. Additionally, what used to be the payment method tag is now the billing tag. There are also changes in the names of the payment information tags like PAN, expiry and security code. The old system required you to submit a reference to your certificate as well. With the new system, this is no longer necessary. Instead, you need to still submit your valid site reference in the operation tag, and you also need to submit an alias tag with your web services username. In addition to the request, your system will also need to be able to handle the response from Secure Trading. Here is what an example XML response from the Secure Trading web services looks like. You will need to analyze the return fields to determine the outcome of the transaction. The error code and error message tags, as well as settle status. A list of different error codes and messages can be found on our website, but in this example, an error code of 0 along with an error message OK means the transaction was successful. For a full guide on implementing and configuring our web services, you can refer to our web services guide in the description. Or for any additional questions, you can contact our support team at support@securetrading.com or through our website www.securetrading.com.